Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at modelling a helmet from the game Skyrim. So I've got a reference image, so I'm going to come over and click on this icon here for canvas, insert from this computer, and then I have got this one here. Click on the front. But at the minute I'm not going to try and move it around, but I'm going to click on here to scale it and just do it like 10 times bigger, so it's a little bit bigger than it currently was. Going to do the same on the side and the top as well. Do 10. And I'll do one more for the top. Go to canvas. Again, scale. And do 10. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just move those into position. So let's come back around the front. Open up our canvases folder, right click, canvas. I'm going to use this as our front one, so let's try and move this up and get it as close to the center as we can do. Something like that. Do the same side view, so we'll take this one here, right click, edit canvas, like that, and then one more time for the top, and edit canvas, put that into position. Okay, I'm then going to give this a quick save. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so that's why I'm not saying it out loud. This video too, because the first one I did, I got a massive error and it all crashed. So we're on to the second version. Okay, so first of all, like we've done with all the other helmet videos, we're going to start with a form to get that general shape, and then we're going to start cutting parts into it. So I'm going to click here to create form, and I'm going to go to quad ball. I'm then going to come to the top, click on that, and then just go to the middle. Let's up that to, let's do 4, and click on OK. Right click, move copy, move into position. I'm going to want to scale that down a bit. Go to edit form. Let's go to full body and scale it down a little bit. Move up. Something like that. And then let's grab that, hold down shift, double click, and then I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard, delete that, and then I'll just double click, delete that bar. So I'm then going to grab this edge, double click, right click, edit form. I'm going to press Alt on my keyboard and drag the arrow down, like that. So I get an extra face. I'm going to do that again, like that, and then this time I want that to be flat, so I'm going to grab this line here and just hit 0. And I'll scale it flat, and I can do that to these ones as well. Go to edit form, grab the scale. If you just drag it, you see what's going on, but you can just type in 0 and scale it flat. Okay. I clearly scaled this all in the wrong way, so let's scale it a bit better. Something like that as well. Okay. I think actually let's get rid of this bottom row, and then let's start. Go to edit form. I'm going to go to selection filter and select my vertices. I'm going to start dragging and pulling stuff into position. So a lot of this is just sort of trial and error. Oh, and before I do any of that, I'm going to undo that because I just realized I need to make sure I've got symmetry on. So let's go to modify symmetry, and click those two edges. Now symmetry is on, so if I do something on one side, it'll be on the other. edit form. Again, like we were before, just sort of dragging everything into position. Okay, let's go to the front and see how we're looking. So I'm going to want to bring these in quite a bit more, I think. Lift a bit more. I'm going to just come to selection options and go to square edge, because I think what we want is the back vertices really is the ones we want to come out a little bit more. So we want sort of like these bits to flare out a bit more. So let's go to edit form. And then maybe this one as well. Oh, no, like that. Right, let's see how that's looking. And myself. Now obviously I've got it all on like sharp edges rather than soft. I can change that by just clicking on it, right click, display mode, like that. Let's turn on canvas. And actually I think we've got a pretty good overall shape there. Well, let's finish. Okay, I'm going to just try something that I didn't do in practice, but I'm just curious. I kind of, because it looks a bit more blocky there. I'm going to turn that off a second. If I go to modify and bevel to bring it in. Yeah, I feel like that does slightly better job. Let me finish it. Let's have a look. Yeah, quite happy with that one. Right, let's now go to bodies, and obviously at the minute it's just a surface. You can see that because it's got that orange symbol on there, so basically it's just paper thin. We want to thicken it, so we're going to go to the surface, create, thicken. Let's go in a little bit. Let's do like that's one. That's quite a lot. We're rid of that. Minus 0.5. Hit enter, and you see now we've still got our surface there, but we've now got the body as well. Let's now start cutting in some details. We'll start with the face first. Let's create a sketch, but at the minute, if we create a sketch as it is, it'll do it right in the middle, which we don't want. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to go to construct offset plane, or you can just click on that one, it'll do an offset plane. Take that, drag that out a little bit. Then I can create a sketch on that plane. I'm going to hit P to project, and then click on bodies to select that whole thing. And the only reason I'm doing that is so I can guarantee I'm going to find exactly the middle. So if I draw a line there to there, I've still got the line tool. If I come over, it'll go into a triangle, it's directly in the middle. So I don't know if that is exact. So actually we got pretty close to exactly in the middle anyway, but it's always important to make sure everything's symmetrical, because if anything goes wrong, we're just going to mirror everything across anyway. So create arc, 3-point arc. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is let's just fill it slightly. Just to soften the transition a little bit. Not by much, just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to mirror that across rather than doing it twice. Create a mirror, just double click on all the lines. Unclick that one if you don't want it. Use that as our mirror line. And then let's just close that up. So hit L for line and just close it all across. Like that. Finish sketch. You see we've got this profile right at the front. Hit E for extrude. Let's grab those profiles. Make sure you get all of it. Try to get through. Hit OK. So we've now got our face holes. Let's modify and chamfer. And so go up and see how much. Let's do quite a bit more. Okay, let's hit enter. Profile is pretty good. Maybe we'll go back and up that a little bit later. Let's then have a look at the canvas, do this detail, but I think what we'll probably do it from the side. Let's create a sketch. Go back to Arc Tool again. Try it from this side. I can't remember in practice if I did it from the front or the side, so I'm going to just try it a little bit here. I've got a feeling I actually might have done it from the front, so let's get out of that. I'll just leave that sketch. Let's come to the front. Let's turn back on this construction plane. Sketch. Okay. Now we'll use our Arc Tool. And then I'm going to hover over here and just drag it up, and you see I start to get a construction line to tell me I'm right in the middle. Then we can trim off the extra bit we don't want. Like that. And then let's just do one more line, our mirror line again. And then go to create mirror, double click, select that line which drew. Oh, missed one. Create mirror. Select. There we go. Create sketch. Split body. Okay, didn't work. Let's edit that sketch slightly, see if we can force it to work. Right, the body. There we go. That's not me fusion. Just combine that back up again. We don't need that bit to be separate. Oh wait. underneath, which, yeah, that doesn't matter. Let's sketch, just split that. That's weird, that didn't happen in practice. The body. Okay. You keep join, combine those two. Okay. Let's bring that back. Modify chamfer. Again, just slowly opening it up until I think it's going to work. Will it work if I just do this? Sometimes it doesn't work if you do it individually, but if you do it as a whole body, it does. But we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Oh no, okay. So sometimes doing it that way, you kind of get errors and you get like red lines. So, because I do practice these before I like record them, so I know, like I at least know slightly what I'm doing. And I've had it before where doing it that way will fail, but then if I click on the whole body, it will chamfer it. So don't get disheartened if you're trying to do that and then suddenly it's just not cooperating, because it happens to me all the time, and sometimes I don't know why, and then I'll do it again after I've closed Fusion and it works again. So don't take it personally. Fusion's just being Fusion. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to give this a quick save. And I'm remembering that since the latest update, save seems to be a little bit buggy, so I'm going to wait here patiently and hope nothing crashes. Okay, autosave should have kicked in. Remember, once you save once, autocorrect, autosave normally jumps into action, but it's good just to be safe. Okay, so last cut is going to be this one going across here. So let's do. We are going to do the horns and everything, but let's do arc, 3-point arc. We'll do like, wasn't very archy, was it? Let's do a straight line. Great. Arc, arc. Something like that. If we don't match it exactly, I'm not going to lose much sleep over it. Slip body. Okay, turn off. Turn. Let's combine that together again. Right. Let's see if these chamfers work. Modify chamfer. Okay, the chamfer gods seem to be smiling on us today. Okay. Right, so we've got those details in. Let's create sketch. And we're going to start to do the horns. We'll do one and then we'll mirror across. We're going to do a split point spline this time. And I'm going to come in and try and stay in the middle of the spline. Like that, then double click when you're done. I'm going to go to finish sketch. If I come to the side, I'm going to click on each one of these dots. I'm going to turn those off first, because what's happened here, you see this purple constraint here. What that's trying to do is like it thinks it's helping because it's like locking in place, which we don't want. So you just select it and hit delete on the keyboard. Take this, right click, move copy, just drag again into the middle of the horn. Okay. Now we'll leave it at that and see what happens. Let's go back up to form, and this time we're going to create and a pipe. Would use that. Select it, and to begin with, it's massive, which we don't want. So let's make that quite a bit smaller. Let's do like 5, still quite a bit too big. 4, 3, 4, 4. Okay, and then we're going to end types. Let's do spike. Double click on this one. I don't want you to be a spike. I want you to be open, like that. Okay. Here's sketch. Excellent. So what we want to do is we need to split that, but we need to thicken it before we can split it. So let's go to create, thicken. Okay, let's do that. So let's do that in forms, modify, thicken, minus 1. A bit of thickness. So that's officially body now, so I turn that off. You see it's actually a body rather than a surface like the original one. Let's cut off the extra bit we don't want, which is a bit underneath there. So if we go to combine, target body U, tool body, we're going to set the cut. We want to keep what we're doing. Let's click on that. Click on OK. You see if I come underneath, you've got that overlap there, but it's now a separate body, which I can just get rid of. So what I'm going to do is just right click, remove. Just as a general rule of thumb, never go on delete. Like in that case, it wouldn't have mattered. But when you delete, if you ever like reference something later on in your timeline, that's when you start to get all your errors up. So even if you definitely don't want it anymore, just get in the habit of just doing remove rather than delete, just because it'll save you an awful lot of potential headaches down the road. Okay, we want to look at it, have like the rim of the horn, for want of a better description. So let's mark like that. Let's split body. That. Then what we can do is let's press pull that, make it bigger. Very scary looking. Let's modify and chamfer. Quite small one there, so that's not one going to work. 2.2. Okay. The last thing, I thought about the best way of doing, if you look at it like all like, I guess they're like rivets, aren't they? because I'm going to take this into Substance Painter to texture it once we're done. The best way genuinely was to just model it and move it around. So it's going to take a little bit of moving around, but it's definitely the best way of doing it I've found. So I'm going to just turn this off for a second. And then I've got that plane there. Let's create a sketch. Turn that back on. I'm going to do C for circle. Oh, no, I don't want to be that small. Make it a bit bigger. Create a sketch. I'm going to grab that, hit E, just drag it up a little bit. Then we're going to modify, delete or F on the keyboard, just drag it like that. So that what we then want to do is move that into position. Let's go right click, move copy, drag like that. So we've got one. I'm going to give this a save because of what I'm doing now may risk crashing. Let's go to create. Let's go to pattern along a path. Body, so I'm going to grab that body. Path. Grab this path. Drag it all the way around. Don't be surprised if this something goes laggy, by the way. I'm going to up these numbers. Identical, I want it to be path direction. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, where have they gone? Okay. Why are you not doing what I ask you to do? Okay. Fine, you don't want to cooperate. But you want to cooperate anyway. Let's take it. What I was trying to do, or avoid doing, was like the really long way, but we'll just take it. V, Control V, move these into position. Control V. We'll do one side and we'll mirror and pray that mirror works. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time. If I remember, I will time lapse this bit because I don't imagine this is going to be very exciting watching for everyone. When I practice this, the worked, so I don't know why it's not. But then when I practiced it, the horn didn't work, so impossible to know. Do one more. Now what we're going to have to do is put them into position. And let's copy. Okay, we're getting there. Two more. Three more. you can, I would recommend doing it the pattern along the pathway. Unfortunately, it wasn't working for me. But right, now we've got those. Let's mirror them across. Before I'm going to do that, so just so it doesn't crash, I'm going to just come up here, call this, make a component, call this rivets. And then let's grab them all. So let's grab here to here. And drag them in like that. And then what we're going to do is let's mirror, create, mirror, component, select. Okay. So there you go. I'm going to do all of them on one side, but we don't have to do all of them. Okay, next. Turn that off. We've got to do the same along the top up here, but that shouldn't take anywhere near as long. Let's take one of them. C, Control B. Same things before, let's do that. Control C, Control B. And this time, just nowhere near as many. Move those into position as well. Let's grab that one. Click move copy. That. Hidden, isn't there? There's one there. Yeah, there's one under there. Click move copy. One. Okay. So like I did before, the reason we don't pop it in components, by the way, because if I was to do it individual bodies, there's a good chance because there's so many bodies, it would crash, which again we don't want. New component. When it goes out like that, that just means that this is the active component. You just go up to the top, hover, and then come to the top. Click on that, then it'll come off. So let's close that, and then we're going to find out which one the first one is, which is that one. Hold on, shift, select that, and just drag in to there. Then we'll do the same. Create mirror component. Let's grab that. Select that mirror plane there, and hopefully all going well. We've now got them on that side as well. We are going to mirror the horn over in a second as well, because actually there's a gap on that side. Let's take that one, C, V. Control V. V. Grab it. There we go. Harder to maneuver around. That's a bit better. V. Right, let's say that bit's done. Let's just then make a new component. Call that on. I'm going to grab one of those. Let's then mirror component. Grab that plane there. So last thing then is to have a go. I'm going to give us a quick little save, just so nothing crashes again. Is if we get this on, is these decorative swirls that we want to sort out. So let's hide those for now because that's what we don't want. I think the swirl's going to be on this bit. I'm just going to Control C, Control V that, and hide one. Let's then do an offset plane. Drag that out a little bit. Sketch. And then let's hit P, project it, see it, and then I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to use the spline tool. So let's start here. So you use as few spline points as you can do so you get more control. Again, if you don't match it exactly, it's not a big deal. If you need to be a sharp edge, just double click. Just start clicking again. Sketch. We've got that. Let's turn back on that. E to extrude. Drag through. But what I want is the intersection. Okay. I've got that extra piece there. This bit here I don't want. Now I've got that piece there. Just gonna remove that remote to remove rather than delete. So we've got that extra piece there. Let's just see if we can press pull this out just a little bit. Thinking about it. Let's turn back on so we see how much it's sticking out. Yep, something like that looks okay. Let's then combine cut, so target by the U, tool by the U, cut but keep. So then if we check just got that bit there, nothing. That's got funky going on there. Camera's being funky. And then what we want to try and do, hopefully it works. Let's try and chamfer. Okay. Three seems to be good. Let's try 4. We'll push it to 4 and see what happens. 3. Okay. So now let's turn everything back on. We want to mirror that across, so let's go to create mirror. This time it's a body. I want to mirror you. I'll do it in that plane. And hit OK. So let's just have a little check around. In terms of the modeling side of things, we are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to Substance Painter. So I'm going to go into Blender first to unwrap and everything, and then I'm going to go into Substance Painter to have a go at texture. And if you're stopping here, hopefully you've enjoyed it. A bit of a challenge. This was the 3rd time I had to record this because the first 2 I kept getting glitches. So if you're trying to follow along and it's not cooperating, it does happen. So don't take it personally. Let's remove that. So those that are stopping, as I said, please make sure leave a comment and tell me if you enjoyed it or not. And then what I'm going to do now is give this a quick save. I'm going to go to File, Export, change that to FBX and export. And then I'm going to jump over to Blender and then Substance Painter. Inside of Blender, now historically I've used Maya quite a lot, and Maya is how I used to take my models from Fusion to then be able to texture them in something else. But I've been playing around with using Blender a lot more, so all I'm going to do is hit A to select everything, hit X and delete it, then just go to File, Import, FBX, and then on my desktop I've got my helmet. Zoom in because it is super tiny. I'm going to hit R to rotate, X because it's in the X-axis, and hit 90, well it should be 180. So let's do that again, R, X, 180. There we go. And I'm going to hit S to scale and just make it quite a bit bigger. Like that. Okay, so all we've got to do, the whole reason why we're here, is to be able to add a material ID and to unwrap it. So what we're going to do is go to UV editing, and I'm going to select everything. In fact, I feel like it needs to be a bit bigger still. Let's select it, hit S, bring it quite a bit more bigger. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go to UV editing. I'm going to select everything, hit Tab on my keyboard. There we go. Then you get this hot mess. I'm going to go to face mode, which is up there, so I'm going to hit 3 on my keyboard. I'm then going to go to UV and then just go to Smart UV Project. Click on OK. Zoom in. It's auto unwrapped basically, which is what it was in Maya. So eventually what I'll do is a video on what's called retopology, which is basically making it so you can unwrap it yourself properly, but because we have a look at the mesh on here, it'd be impossible to unwrap that properly, so we're not going to try because it would be a huge pain and a waste of time. So we've got that. I'm then going to edit, come out of edit mode, hitting Tab, go back to layout, and I'm just going to start adding some material ID. So I'm just going to select here and then come down to materials. I'm going to get rid of that steel, add a new one, let's call that on, and give it a colour just so I remember that I've done it, like that. And I can select that one, delete, and I'll select the whole lot already done. Let's select this one, again let's hit X, delete that one, new, on, rim, another atrocious colour, and let's grab on rim there, grab this, new, top, of helmet. The whole point of giving them names and ideas just makes it a much easier process when we go into Substance Painter to texture it. New, let's call that body of helmet. New helmet. Oh, what beautiful designed helmet that one is. On that one, I'll give that one vector piece, and then this one here. So everything is now good. So we'll leave that one as the steel one because it's already attached and it'll take a long time to grab all of those. So that now is ready to export into Substance Painter or whatever it is you want to texture it. Okay, so then all we'll do is go to File, Export, and go to, where are we? FBX, I'm blind. FBX. Let's call that, we'll go to my desktop, let's call that Helm and wrap. Export. So we'll stop there, and in the last bit we'll jump over to Substance Painter to have a go at texturing. Okay, so we're now in Substance Painter. I'm going to go to File and New. Find my helmet wrap we've just done. Let's put the resolution to 2K. Hit OK. And then I go to Mode, Bake Mesh Maps, and we'll just go to Bake Selected Textures. So while that's going on my other screen, I have got this open. So I'm basically going for this sort of look, maybe. We'll see what's going on, but that's sort of what I'm using as a reference. I'm not going for exactly how it looks, just something cool looking, a little bit evilly, a little bit bloody. And then get to go to right. Give us a quick save so nothing gets lost. So save that. Okay. Let's get started on the main. Right, we'll do like the front. We'll see how it looks for everything else. So we're going to want hammered metal sort of look. Properties. Let's get a planar. A lot of this is just trial and error, things going on top. Nice, actually. Let's get some rust. Excuse me. Triplane is always a good one. So if you go on UV, you see because we did auto unwrap, we've got like weird seam going across there. If you go to triplanar, and then sometimes if you go to physical size, it gets rid of all the which you don't want. So I'm going to go to let's go to add that mask. Then let's add a generator. Edgeware. Let's do that again. Good timing. And then let's backmask, add generator. This time let's do some dirt. Let's scale that down a bit. Something like that. And then let's we've got like I've got like some flesh. Let's put that on. Weird looking. See how this looks. Super creepy looking. Okay, I've got like a blood splatter or anything. Don't want any height to that. There you go. So just like blood dripping down on it. Let's go back to there. Cool. Let's excuse me. Grab a folder. Grab. Ooh. Folder. Let's then grab all that. Drag it in the folder. There we go. So now what I can do, right click, instantiate across texture sets. Let's turn off horn and rivets. That's pretty cool and even looking. Right, let's just get like a standard sort of steel rivet. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, let's get some rust. See, I haven't used Substance Paint in ages, and I forgot how good it is. Okay, so let's play around with the horns. So let's have a look. I want something with like a grain to it, quite a strong grain. That's a hot mess. Let's try playing there. There you go, that's more like it. Physical size. They gotta get rid of all the weird features. I feel like I want those indents to be a bit more, so let's have a look height-wise. Like let's then see if we got like bone over it. Yeah, let's go try playing there. Let's do overlay. I'm just looking at my other screen for the reference images and just having a look and seeing. Because that's what I was going with, like the sort of like the grooves and stuff. I think we might then play around with some more. That one. Let's have a look. Down there. Save. Outside, right? With. I think without width's probably better. I don't know why, but I really like it with that, but it's just too dark, I think. It just looks properly like battle worn. Let's put there, let's look at renderings. Let's play around with the lighting. Where are we? There you go. It's up front. Glow. Okay, let's stop there. Hopefully you've enjoyed following along. Got any comments, please let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next video.